What's up, YouTube creators? Here I'm gonna be doing a review on my new guitar. It is the Strandberg Boden JR Sorcerer limited edition. This thing came out a couple months ago, and the thing is, I haven't seen someone that actually owns this or bought it because they like it do a review on it. I've seen, obviously Jordan Reuters do the review with all of Strandberg, but I've never seen someone that bought the guitar for their personal use. Some people just get them just to review it and send it back, but for me, I actually got it because I like it. Anyway, first things first. It is the best guitar I've ever played. I got a few badass guitars, but this thing is the best. Just starting off, I will show you something that I've never really experienced in any guitar, except this one. Look at it. I'm just gonna play, volume off, everything off. Just the sustain on this thing. Just listen to this. It just sustains and goes on and on and on, which is it's pretty badass. That's not even plugged in, and it has so much, so much spacing between the notes. Like you can read. It's not really forgiving. It shows every note to its fullest. Also, one thing, it comes in like with 10 to 46 strings, I think 10 to 42 or something like that. E standard. I changed them. That's just the strings I use, 10 to 52. So skinny top, heavy bottom, and it's tuned to E flat. No back plate, 2 springs. It is really hard to tune this thing because unlike a Floyd, once you're tuning it, so if you're tuning it over here, at the same time you're tuning it, you're fucking with the bridge, so it's harder. It takes a long time to tune this thing. Once you do, it never goes out of tune. It just doesn't. Stays in tune no matter what you do, no matter how you bend it. Stays in tune. No issues at all. Better than the Floyd. I never used the Floyd bar. I'm over that period. I used to be dime bag wall thing. I don't anymore. I couldn't care less. But anyway, uh, so as far as specs go, it's what's called chambered swamp ash body, solid maple top with flame maple veneer, metallic purple gloss. It weighs about 5 pounds. This thing, I mean, you can barely tell this on. It's super light. Strandberg EGS Rev 7 Tremolo. Luminate green dots. Obviously, very nice. Luminate green dots. The inlays on this thing, gorgeous. I've never seen anything like it other than some higher end Gibson and Dean guitars I've seen at Guitar Center. But look at the inlays on this thing. They're gorgeous, all of them. Beautiful. Roasted maple neck, enduro neck, ebony fretboard, 24 frets, 20-inch radius, stainless steel fret wire. Yeah. Pickups, I guess it's the Strandberg humbucker right here. Got the Sustainiacs. Master volume, and just one volume, which that's what I like. I never mess with the tone volume. Toggle switch with this Sustainiac. What else? Oh, scale length. This is really interesting. So the long end is a 25 and a half, and 25 on the short side on the high E, which is, and the zero fret. If you notice the other Bodens, the Strandbergs, they have completely fanned all the way to like 25, 24 or something, and then 26. And the zero fret would be like 10th fret, but the zero fret on this thing, it's this zero fret. So it means it's actually just like a regular guitar, and then just flares out, fans out towards this upper side, which is pretty cool. because you don't have to bend your hand in weird ways to play the chords over here. It's just like straight, but then you get the fan, and which is perfect. I never thought of that. It's really interesting. It is like I said, 20-inch radius, pretty flat. It's not that noticeable, or like from this to like a regular 16, 14 radius. But and the 7 string, like the 7 string Strandberg that I have, you can really tell. Oh, you can really tell the fret. It's like really wide and flat. Anyway, now for the sounds of it, let me just plug in just a clean tone with a little bit of reverb. Just listen to this. That was the bridge. That's both of them. I'm not playing anything specific. You just gotta listen to the tone of it. It doesn't matter what you're playing. And now this is the sustain. Not as that sustain, just like a regular pickup, I guess. A lot of clarity. The intonation is almost perfect. I have to fuck with it for a little bit later on, but it's goddamn near perfect. From factory. See that? Beautiful intonation. Another thing I gotta point out that which is pretty amazing, because nowadays any guitar that's coming out is pretty good. Let's say Jackson, ESP, LTD, and even the lower end models are like $300. They set up pretty good, Back in the day, 15 years ago when I started playing, you got, Strat, Fenders, Strat guitars. You could, if they're like $100, $300, you couldn't set them up at all. It just is what it is. Fret busting, string hat was like that much. But nowadays, even a $300 Jackson sets up pretty alright. You can play with it and grow into it. But once you get into a guitar that's like $1,000, $1,500, like my LTD Black Arrow, or the what's it called, the higher end solar guitars, you can set them up damn near perfect. That's as good as it's gonna get for those type of guitars. You can real low, straight fretboard, low string height on those, and it's really, you don't need any more than that. It's damn near perfect. Very little fret buzz if you want to get way down, but very little. And most people wouldn't complain. Most people don't set up like really low like I do. But this thing, it's just the best I've ever played. Just to show you, I set up my guitar, based off more or less to like a John Petrucci's setup. So I got a 0.4 millimeter, 0.40, 40 thousandths of an inch on the 12th fret right here, 24th. So it's about 1.2 millimeter, one right about there. So if you just put it right there, I don't know if I can show you that. But the string height, look at that, 40 thousandths of an inch right there. Yeah, less than 50 thousandths of an inch on the high E string, and same for the low E string. So if I go on the millimeter side, right at 1 millimeter, which is almost touching the fretboard. But in a guitar that's $1,000, $1,200, that's at the point that you start getting some notes, or you gotta finesse them into not busting. But this thing, at that string height, no fret bust at all, which is insane. Insanely low, No fret bus on this thing. And just listen to the sustain on it. Not even the sustain is not even on. It just sustains that long. Let me just throw some power chords on it. Beautiful. Sustain again. And now you turn the sustain. I'm gonna leave it on this one so the bridge pick up, I guess, but this turns on. Sustain, you turn it on with this little toggle switch right there. So it's off now, then you turn it on with this. And then you have the harmonics on that setting on this one. So it'll throw like an octave or something. And then you put it on the middle setting. I don't know the difference between the middle setting and this setting over here. Even with the clean tone, you get that sustain going. It's pretty cool. You can even feel that thing. Anyway, that's the review. I'll do other videos and stuff like that later, but this thing's pretty cool. I'm really happy with it. You know what? I should have brought the paper. It comes with an autograph certificate of authenticity by, Strandberg and what's his name? Jordan Rudess, which is, I wanted to put my stickers on. I always put stickers on my guitars, but this thing is just too beautiful. I'm not going to put any stickers on that. But I do hope when I go see Dream Theater, I hope I can bring this. Maybe have Jordan and the guys, John and Mike, sign it. That would be pretty badass. I don't know where they will sign it because there's not a lot of extra shit going on here. When I actually play my instruments, I don't just buy them and collect them. But yeah, beautiful top purple. It shines nice in the light, dark and light. What else? It's just a beautiful instrument. I like the fretboard. I like everything. Look at the back end. Absolutely flawless instrument. Now, as far as prices go, I never really like to talk about guitar prices and shit like that, but I know people are gonna ask how much this thing goes for. So out the door is like $3,774, maybe something like that, about just under $3,800. And yeah, it's not cheap, but it is, I think, a perfect instrument. Flawless, plays beautiful, more than any instrument I've ever had. I got a bunch of guitars. I got like 5 other ones. They're pretty nice, but this thing's by far the best playing guitar, maybe even my favorite. I know the most favorite that I've ever owned. And this is my personal guitar. It's not. I'm not gonna send it back for the review and say good things about it. As soon as I saw the specs on this, as soon as it came out, I got in the list and I got like 3 months later, and it's gonna stay with me forever. I'm never planning on selling this thing. It's fucking beautiful. If you have any questions on this one, let me know. Look at that. How gorgeous is that?